Okay, so we're going to be talking about AI portrait generators, what they are, what they can do, and also what they'll never be able to do. Before that, a cup of tea. Hello and welcome to another video. So I want to talk about AI portrait generators. You see, generative AI has become such a big thing in the last couple of years, and it's allowed people to create things with little experience and just a simple prompt. Now, it's common in everything from writing, video, and photography hasn't been spared of it either. And it's actually caused quite the stir because photographers naturally are worried that people will use generative AI instead of using their services, which of course is going to leave them out of work. And that's something to be fearful of. And I want to talk about what AI can do and what it can do. A lot of these generative AI apps are really growing. Now, if you know Peter Levels, he is a software engineer that's built up lots of companies over the last several years, and he's also the founder of Photo AI. And according to him, it's generating over $100,000 a month in revenue for his business. And this app allows people to go on, put in a prompt, upload some photos of themselves, and the app will generate portraits of them in different environments, in different attire, in different social situations, and it's becoming more and more popular. Now, this app, for as little as $17, can provide you with 1,000 AI generated portraits, which is a lot. And it's not the only app out there. There's Midjourney, which is also more popular, but slightly more complex to use as well. There's Lensa AI, which has over 27,000 reviews on the App Store and has a rating of 4.6 stars. So these apps aren't just some niche hidden away. They're becoming more and more accessible and more mainstream, and people are turning to them. In fact, there was a study from Grandview Research that said the global AI image generation market was valued at around about $350 million, and they expect that to grow by around about 20% between 2024 and 2030. So it's getting more popular and it's earning more revenue. Now, it's not perfect. Last year, we reported on the now infamous Met Gala 2024, where there were several generated AI images of celebrities who actually didn't even attend the event, like Katy Perry, Beyonce. None of them were there, but yet these photos were circulated online saying that they were. Now, for someone who has been viewing these images for quite some time, you can spot the flaws. There's often issues with the hands, 6 fingers, 7 fingers, or the body is not aligned, or it's out of shape, and it just doesn't look natural. I mean, these images don't look natural anyway. It's like Photoshop on speed. So you are able to spot them. However, many people who aren't working in this line of work like I am and just generally scrolling online, they view them as real. They can't tell the difference between a generated AI image and an actual image taken by a photographer. And this is potentially dangerous and, in the worst case scenario, very harmful, because if people are able to create things that actually aren't real and make people believe them, then they can shape ideology, they can cause rumors, create lies, and we really need to crack down on that to ensure it doesn't get out of control and be harmful for society. But let's think about why some people may want to use generative AI. Okay, first and foremost, it seems cheaper than hiring a photographer. A good quality photographer to do a portrait session can cost anything between $500 to $1,000, sometimes even more. Sometimes less, but around about $500 to $1,000 is what you would expect to pay for really high quality portrait photographs. Whereas an AI generator is saying you can pay $20 a month and you can have a certain amount of AI images as you wish, usually a lot more than you'd get in a portrait session. But think about it. If you're paying it monthly and you're constantly paying it month in, month out, and those are entry level prices, it's also tiered up, sometimes in excess of around about $500 to $600 to $700 per year you could be paying for AI generation. Whereas you can get a quality photographer that won't give you more fingers, that won't make you look super fake and will actually show you as your authentic self for a higher upfront cost, but one that's going to be quality and last you a lifetime. But there's something else that's extremely important about going with an actual photographer than an AI portrait generative app. I recently did a shoot with a friend, and she'd been going through a little bit of a self-esteem crisis, shall we say, which we all go through. We all have times where we just look at ourselves and we think, I'm not feeling it. Okay. And she asked me if I could help her by doing a photo shoot with her. Okay. And I was happy to do this because it was a fun thing for me to experiment with. We did a boudoir shoot, which isn't something that I often do. And I thought, hey, if it helps you, I try something new. Let's give it a go. Now think about it. When you make these AI portrait generated images or whatever you want to call them, sure, you may think, oh, I look cool as a Hollywood superstar or as a captain of a ship or a pilot of a plane. But what are you really saying? You're saying that you can only love yourself when it's not real. And let's remember that AI portraits are not real. It will never boost your self-esteem because no matter what you're thinking in the forefront of your mind, in the subconscious, you'll always know that you only like looking at yourself when it's a made-up image. And it doesn't need to be this way. A skilled photographer, if I can pat myself on the back for a moment, and ones that are far more skilled than I am when it comes to portraiture, will find how to really help you see how beautiful and special and unique and elegant and sexy and charming and handsome or whatever you want to be, you really are. And they do this by spending time with you. They do this by conversing with you, and they're able to then put all of that into a visual representation, which is a portrait photograph. I shared the images with my friend, and again, to pat myself on the back, she said she felt like Miss Universe when she looked at the images, and she started to feel more confident, and she started to get out there in the world. And this wasn't just for dating purposes. This was just to feel more comfortable in her own skin when she'd been going through a little bit of a difficult patch. And she was able to get back out there and truly just see what I saw, what everyone else saw, that this was a beautiful woman who was, should be loving herself. AI photography can never do that. Portrait photography can. So if you're thinking about going and getting some AI portraits, sure, it may cost you $20, but it's not going to be without its issues. You're going to be frustrated. You're not going to be satisfied all the time. You're going to spend so much time correcting the images because of the inaccuracies that they're going to produce. Save yourself the bother. Invest in you. Invest in portrait photography. You'll have quality that will last you forever. You won't need to keep changing it and paying a reoccurring subscription. You'll be able to just pay an upfront cost. You can get it as a gift. Treat yourself. Doesn't matter. But stick with portrait photography because it's more valuable. It can do more for you. And that's not me just trying to save an industry. It's been genuine. I'm trying to be human and tell you the benefits of going with a real portrait photographer are so much more than sticking a prompt and a few selfies into a computer and just hoping for the best. What do you think? Have you tried generative AI portraiture? What did you think of the results? Do you still believe in the actual authentic portrait photography process? Let me know down in the comments. And hey guys, if you did like this video, then please do hit a like and subscribe. I'll be back again in another one sometime soon. But for now, more tea. See ya.